His Excellencies and the dais, I stand before you to say Jai Bhim to every one of you. Can you say Jai Bhim to me?
Jai Bhim.
Today is the day, 57 years ago, Baba Sahib passed away. I am asked to introduce today's chief guest who delivers Dr. Ambedkar Memorial Endowment Lecture, which is serial as 28th lecture. Friends, I don't want to deviate the subject as a disciplinary Ambedkarist. I have been asked not to lecture on Baba Sahib, but to introduce our chief guest of honor, who is an outstanding, editor of a daily newspaper. I have come all the way to listen to him. I am surprised and asked to introduce him to you, to this august gathering. And I came particularly to see our Bajja Tarkan. He's still alive with his great energy of Ambedkarism. He's among us. Friends, the rest, I don't want to say anything further because people may think that I am lecturing. Friends, just now our President has introduced the Memorial Trust, the history of the trust. Starting with 9, today is 200. Why it should not be become 2,000 in Hyderabad city? It can easily become. Or the President's appeal will be listened, and I request especially on my side, you please be enrolled as a member of this great memorial trust, which is rare, unique in the whole of India. 28 lectures. Many people have been asked to lecture. And Satish Chandar, it is not Satish Chandra, it is Satish Chandar, who comes from, who hails from community of scheduled caste. Baba Sahib played many miracles. One miracle is there are no more malas and madras. We are a community of scheduled caste. So Satish Chandra comes from our community. And a great follower of Baba Sahib Ambedkar. I feel it's a great pleasure and privilege to introduce such an eminent editor, journalist, a poet, all in one, not two in one. I have been asked by the organizers, especially our General Secretary, Mr. Gyaneshwar, read out, not to give a lecture. I follow him. About Satish Chandra, as a journalist, highest positions he had. He was the chief editor of Andhra Prabha, Telugu Daily, from the year 2004 up to 2006. As a former associate of editor Varta, Telugu Daily, very popular, started by Zumi. He worked as an editor from 1995 1997. He was editor of internet edition of Varta. He was editor of Suprabhatam Political Weekly started by 1993 to 94. He was the chief reporter of Andhra Bhumi Daily, 1988 up to 1990. As a managing director, Great Andhra Film and Political Weekly, print edition of www.greatandhra.com. Newspapers and magazines started on his own. See his guts. To start a newspaper is not ordinary. And he started Praja Telugu Daily in the year 2006. Kingmaker Joka Satirical Fortnightly in the year 1998. Known for launching newspapers, rose from stranger to the editor. You know, the stranger means a village reporter up to the editor of a daily newspaper. First Dalit editor in mainstream Indian journalism. Friends, this is very, very, very important, unique and remarkable. He is an outstanding, not only a journalist, but editor of the newspaper, daily newspaper in the whole of India. Satish Chandar stands first. And first Dalit editor in mainstream in Indian journalism. Total publications so far he has published 16 books, known for his editorials. He brought out 3 books of editorials. The editorial, what is this, sir? Telugu? Talalu Vachina, Talalu Vachina, Vari. That is it. He wrote that police opened fire and killed agitating farmers in West Godavari district, made the peasantry across the state reprinted for accompanying their cars. Friends, journalists remain journalists, they become editors, but to emerge as a poet is a remarkable and unique. As a poet, he has published 4 anthologies of poetry. Panchama Vedam, very remarkable, very outstanding, very valued, a celebrated book. Panchama Vedam, Manna Cycle. About Panchama Vedam, Satish Chandra's Panchama Vedam was the first anthology of Dalit poetry, exclusive of one poet, modern Telugu literature, as critics like Mr. Srinivas, the brother editor of Andhra Jyoti. With this work, the poet has heralded a new epoch. Professor Velchuri Narayan Rao, who edited 20th century Telugu literature, Oxford University Press, placed him as a stalwart of Telugu literature of the century itself. Why don't we applaud? I would further emphasize that Dalit poets make new emojis by reworking the Puranic myths and turning them ups down in order to question the authorized languages. Satish Chandar is one of the most successful poets in the subversive act of creating a rework myths, borrowing from both Sanskrit and Christian sources. Professor Rao adds, here are the honors and awards Satish Chandra has received for his books and works. As a satirist and columnist, A.B.K. Prasad, everyone knows him, so popular, a veteran editor, compared compared our Satish Chandar with the art which was an American humanist of highest repute in the foreword given to Satish Chandra's first book of satire made in India in 1989. He published 4 books of satire, Itihasam, and he extensively writes columns on politics and society in the light of VEU. Presently, he is writing columns to Telugu dailies. 2 Telugu dailies. Tatika Tak. That's a very musical name he has given. Anabhumi Daily, on every Sunday, and e-paper, name of the column in Surya Daily on every Tuesday. As a short story writer, he has written and published a dozen of short stories, 2 of which has been translated to English in reputed publications. His story, Dog's Father, was once among the top 10 stories of the decade 1991, 2002, 2000, selected and published by Chandar. His story, Siku, was one among the top 30 stories in 20 years, compiled by Papineni Shivashankar and Naveen as an academic lastly founded in Andhra Pradesh, AP College of Journalism in the year 1997. For the last 16 years, he has been training journalists. This was placed number 1 in AP, 8 in South India, among all the institutes, along with universities that teaches mass communication and journalism in 2012. Survey done by Techno Chronicle. The college sends 150 to 200 trained journalists every year to the most of the news channels, newspapers in India. 1,800 students came out so far. He himself teaches journalism along with other members of his faculty. Worked as a lecturer, worked as a lecturer in commerce in BGBS, Women's College in Narsapur, West Godavari. Friends, I have the honor to read and explain about Chandra's a very, very great, remarkable career. I came all the way to listen to him from Nalgonda and